Hello, everyone. I'm here with an awesome guest. We got Teghan McConnell, last year's 145 runner-up. Teghan, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well, bro. And we have a very, very special episode today. Not only are you here, but it's also the 10th episode of Schwartz Reports. So, let's make it a good one. Okay, so how long have you been wrestling? How long has your career been?
I've been wrestling since second or third grade. I can't really remember. One of those two. Pretty long time though.
So like 10 years, just about?
Yeah, almost 10 years, I think, yeah.
Okay. And why did you really get into it? Did someone in the family do it, or did you think it was WWE or something?
No, I'm the first in my family to wrestle. Nobody else in my family has done it before, and family friends got me into it and stuff, and I just hit it off.
Was it like older family friends? You saw them doing it, thought it was cool, so you wanted to try it, or they just
they just they talked to my parents, and my parents signed me up, and then joined the team and started practicing and stuff, and I just started wrestling.
What was the that first club that you joined?
I wrestled at the Manchester YMCA.
In New Hampshire, right?
Yep.
So, that's obviously you don't train there anymore, right?
No, yeah. No.
How long were you there training at the Manchester? And what was it? Was it like just the Manchester Youth League, or?
Yeah, pretty much. It was just like they had K through 4 and then 5th through 8th teams, so it was just like somewhere for kids to go. But I wrestled there from when I started wrestling all the way until I want to say 6th grade, 7th grade, and then that program got shut down and moved to the Manchester Police Athletic League.
Gosh, now it's like a PAL, right?
Yeah.
So, you started wrestling, in 2nd or 3rd grade, you said, for the Manchester at the YMCA. And did you like it at first, or was it like annoying, tedious workouts?
My very first year, I was not a fan. Honestly, it was rough. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was like, I didn't really know anyone on the team or anything, but I wasn't planning on going back my second year, but
wow.
I decided, my parents talked me into it, and then that's when I really I knew what I was doing. I was team captain of the 4th grade team.
Okay.
And it was like, I just after that second year, it just stuck, and I loved it ever since.
Okay, so it kind of took a little nudging from your parents to get you back into it.
Yeah.
Good thing they did,
Yeah.
I'm sure you're thankful they are.
Yes, very.
So, did you compete at all that first year, or when you didn't like it, or was it just practicing and stuff?
I was competing, but it was just like little tournaments and just like whatever matches I could get, I guess.
Do you remember your first ever match or your first ever competition?
No, I don't. I wish I did.
Yeah, you probably got hundreds under your belt now at this point,
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so you said it got shut down and turned into a PAL around when?
Around my 6th or 7th grade season.
Okay, and were you still competing with them, or did you transition somewhere else?
No, I was still competing with them. I wrestled with them all the way up until 8th grade, until I moved to high school.
Gotcha. And so wrestling, in elementary school and middle school, did you have any big goals? I want to be a New Hampshire state champ, or Youth New England champ, or anything like that?
Not really. I was just wrestling for fun up until 8th grade. I started to take it a little bit more seriously, but that's around when COVID hit. But before that, I was just wrestling for fun. Like I'd show up to practices, I'd wrestle. I mean, I didn't even like. I really honestly didn't even know like weight classes were a thing. Like I'd just wrestle whatever I weighed. Like
You just get thrown up against, who you're.
yeah, it was just you just go wrestle whoever.
Yeah, especially that young age, you can kind of get away with that. Just like yeah, I just wrestled these people. So
Yeah.
So were you like going to any camps or anything during this time when you were younger, or didn't really mean much to you at that point?
No, it really wasn't really like that big of a deal to me. Like I never did any like camps, or like wrestling season was wrestling season, and football season was football season, and then like I never did any off season wrestling or anything.
Gotcha. So let's talk now, transitioning to high school then. You go into your freshman year at Bedford, right?
Mm-hmm.
And was there even wrestling? Cause
No, there was no team freshman year.
was that because of COVID?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So was there anything for you to do?
I would go to the barn every once in a while. I was doing Smitty's barn practices, but I mean.
And how'd you hear about the barn?
Through friends and stuff. Like I've seen them everywhere and stuff. Like during like youth tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
But.
And how did you just like, were your friends telling you like you could come through practice, or was it a coach like kind of recruiting you to come work out there? Or?
No, it was friends and stuff. It was just like we don't have any school practices. Like come here and practice with us. It's like come get workouts in here, and because we don't have a season. So I was just like, all right. And then I also would go to a Burgess MMA with my coach Ryan. He would help. He would run like Friday nights, and then I would lift with him on the weekends and stuff, during like the week and stuff, just to like do something during the like wrestling season.
So at the MMA place, was that just strictly wrestling that you were doing?
Yeah, I was just doing wrestling. It's Friday nights. It would just be like free open mat, like kind of whatever.
All around.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you didn't have a season basically your freshman year, but you were still getting that work in. Were you when did you start competing in off-season tournaments or anything like that, or going to camps or anything?
After my sophomore season. So I went into my sophomore season, wrestled, and then after that I really wanted to get good. I was all right. I mean, I was only taking like third at New Hampshire States, and I went 2-0 at New England's and stuff. And then after that, I was like, I want to get good. So I started doing practices all the time. I'd go to every off-season thing I could find. It was like just wrestling, like all off-season.
Wrestling obsessed, you could say.
Yeah, lots of camps and stuff.
What's the favorite camp you've been to?
Probably Jeff Jordan in Ohio. It was
Ohio, nice.
Ohio. I just got back 3 days ago from that camp.
Really? Okay, so it's really recent then.
Yeah.
How long was it?
It's 4-day camp, but it's like 12 sessions, and it's fun. It's a good camp.
Expensive or like technical?
Yeah, it's very technical.
Gotcha. That's really fun, man. I don't know if you remember the J-Rob camps back in the day, if you ever heard of them.
No, I don't think so.
Nah, they didn't survive COVID, but they had a bunch around the country, and those are some of the top camps in the country. They had these things called the black shirts, where they only gave them to like select people at the end of every camp, and if you ever saw someone with a black shirt at the tournament, you'd know to stay away from them.
Yeah.
I'm just going on tangents now. So, do you practice strictly folk style?
Yeah, I mean, freestyle practices every once in a while, but I mean, I mostly folk style. Yeah.
Have you ever competed freestyle, like in an official competition?
I wrestled in one freestyle tournament, and it was New Hampshire Freestyle States, which was
Was
that
that
was
this year?
something that was last year. I
Last
don't even think they had it this year. Last year there was one other kid in my bracket, and he was from Maine. He wasn't even from New Hampshire, so it was like,
Yeah, it's funny.
that was really small.
So, you said it all clicked around, after your sophomore year, and so you came in third at New Hampshire States, and I was looking at the brackets, and you weren't even seeded in that tournament, and I think you lost. What was it? Your second match or third, right? And had to battle back in the consies.
Yeah, I think I was my
Do you
second
remember
match.
what was going through your head, like as you're fighting, to stay alive in the backside of the consies, unseeded. Maybe it was that loss that clicked it in your head, like I want to win now. So do you remember any of that?
I do. It was. I just wanted to make it to New England. That was my goal. Like, I lost that match, and I'm like, I'm coming for third place. And I mean, I won some pretty big matches for me at the time. Like, I think it was like blood rounds. I was in the consies. I was one match away from third place match, and I was wrestling a kid that had beaten me twice earlier in the season, and he was a senior, and I beat him at second period to make it to third and fourth place match, and then I took third.
I know you beat the Keene. I know you beat someone from Keene in the third place match, and then the guy was Michael Harrington from Pelham, faced in the Conti semis.
And then it might have been the match before that.
August Connors from Manchester.
Yeah, August Connors. I remember August, and then me and Michael Harrington have had some good matches throughout the years.
Yeah. And then talk to me about New England's. You get there. Third place New Hampshire. Not exactly the biggest fish in the pond in the bracket.
Yeah. It was definitely. It was something. I'd never been to a tournament really that big before, and it was a lot, and it was just a lot to take in, It was stressful, but I mean, I wrestled pretty good matches, but lost both of them.
Yeah, I was looking at the bracket earlier. I don't remember your first match, but I saw your second match. You only lost that 7-5, so clearly, a battle.
Yeah.
So, what was going through your head after your sophomore season? Once you realized that you were done in the Bedford singlet for the year.
What was your question?
What was going through your head after when you realized that you just wrestled your last match in a Bedford singlet for the year?
Definitely, I'm gonna win states next year. That was I finished the season and I was like, all right, my goal, I want to win states next year. I want to win all states. And then I was asking my coaches and stuff what I should do, and they all said off season wrestle as much as you can. So I quit all my other sports and then just wrestled. It was strictly wrestling from there.
Nice.
Smitty's barn and just everything I could find. I just took everything in.
So you said you did football earlier and you quit that, just completely wrestle?
Yeah. I used to do lacrosse.
What position were you in football?
What position?
Yeah.
I would play. I was never the best, so they just kind of threw me wherever. But I was a running back my last season.
Okay. Okay. Well, now you're 145.
Yeah.
So
It's raining pretty hard. Can you hear that? Can you hear me
yeah,
still?
I can, dude. Yeah, it's all good.
You can still hear me? All right. I just
Yeah.
want to make sure.
Okay. So it seems you took their advice. You
Yep.
really ramped up the off-season wrestling. It seems. And did you like going into your junior season? Did you just notice instantly and just have that mentality like this is it, this is my time?
Yeah. Throughout the off season, like I could definitely tell I was getting better, and like looking at my competition and stuff, it was like I just once my junior season started, I knew like this is my season. Like I'm gonna do really good, and it's like it was really nice because like nobody knew me either. It was just kind of like nobody knew my name outside of New Hampshire, so it was really nice. Like by the end of the season, like a bunch of people knew my name. It was really nice.
Yeah, dude, I
All the
remember
hard work.
I was talking with Petey, and the same thing with him. At Lowell, I didn't know who him or you really were. Like I kind of knew your guys' names, you at least, because you were a qualifier the year before, and then like suddenly you guys, you two, you and Petey, and your team Bedford are on the map now as like major competitors. So like, it just shows what a jump of off-season wrestling can do in a year. Not only for you, but like you surely your skill and your ability to get team points definitely elevated Bedford, to another level.
Yeah.
And that just having more skilled wrestlers in the room, just you, Petey, Kennedy, Nate Pass, those are all 4 very talented studs that you guys got.
Yeah.
And so speaking of Bedford, was that Thunder, man?
Yeah, it was like not far.
Oh man, dude. Hey, hopefully, we don't get a sudden end to the call or something.
Yeah, hopefully. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah. So, what can we expect from Bedford next year?
I think some really good things. Hopefully, Kiabin will be back, and we'll have a pretty solid lineup. We'll have hopefully a full lineup. I mean, definitely like with Nate Pass, me, hopefully winning states as a team. Came in 3rd last year, I think, as a team in New Hampshire, but
yeah, I think it was just Timberlane and Salem ahead of you, right?
Yeah, I think so.
2 powerhouse programs, but you guys are right there now too.
Yeah. So hopefully we win states this year. We're gonna have a really stacked team.
Yeah, definitely, dude.
Yeah.
My latest rankings, I have you guys, as like top 15 in New England, and even last year, I think you guys were, like 12th or something like that, or 11th.
Mm-hmm.
So it just really shows, especially, having 2 to 4 wrestlers like that who can get you points in, difficult tournaments. It really goes and helps the team.
Yeah.
So are you back to you now? Are you gonna be competing in anything before the season starts? Any tournaments? Let's see your name and results for.
Well, not a crazy ton. Lots of training, but I'm going to summer nationals. Maybe Super 32s.
No.
But just kind of training for bigger tournaments right now. Not really looking at many smaller things like I was last year.
Yeah, no, it definitely sounds like you're going for the quality over quantity,
Mm-hmm.
And I already know the days or the weeks you're not going to be having a big competition. You're still probably going to be training, most days of the week. So it's that work is still going to be getting put in. So let's we talked about Tegan the wrestler. Let's talk about Tegan the person a little bit, man. What do you do when you're not on the mat?
Um, I've been starting to get into fishing
Fishing.
just recently. Yeah, I like on the hotter days and stuff. I'll go out fishing.
On a boat, or do you just have like some water near you?
I have a kayak, so I'll go out fishing on the kayak and stuff, and it's just something for me to do, like especially over the summer.
Mhm.
But I do have a girlfriend that I hang out with.
Aw.
Yeah, just I mean, whatever I can find to do. I mean, I don't really do too much other than wrestle.
Russell,
Yeah.
I hear it, man. Hey, it's a lifestyle. It really is. You know, you you planning wrestling in college?
I do plan on it. I'm not sure. I've been looking at different places, but not sure where. But I definitely do want to.
And what is it that you think you'd want to be studying in college too while competing? Have any idea of that? Because you're gonna have to start thinking of that soon.
I know. I've been thinking. There's so many different things to choose from. It's really stressful trying to like pick something that I want to study and do for like the rest of my life. But I've definitely been trying to narrow it down.
Yeah. Well, that's something you definitely won't even know for years or something maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows? But my last little personal question, is when you don't have to make weight or you don't have a competition, what's your go-to meal, dude? Like that's something you're making or you're going to the store or restaurant to get?
I'm going right to McDonald's for chocolate McDonald's shake.
Dude, my man. Those are so good, bro.
Those are my favorite. After all my like weight cutting and stuff, I think the week after Virginia Beach, when I finished cutting weight, I think I got like at least 5 shakes in a week. Like
Nice, dude.
I was at McDonald's like every other day getting a shake.
I hear it, man. Those shakes are so good, dude. Got to get the whipped cream on there too.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing, dude. That's hilarious that you say that. Sorry, PD. Tegan's my new favorite Bedford guy. Do you have any other closing remarks or anything, man? Anything else you want to say?
No. Awesome.
Well, it was great having you and talking to you, man.
Thank you for having me.